Andrew Tate versus Piers Morgan in a game of chess. I mean, who would have thought this would ever happen? It's an absolutely amazing game, and I'm calling this the game of the century, especially considering the first interaction Tate and Piers Morgan had on their interview, and they absolutely hated each other's guts, and it's an absolute beautiful game, and this is definitely Andrew's best performance, and this is such a great clash. Let's get into it. So, Tate starts with d4. By the way, I've covered 3 games on Tate on this channel. I'll leave them in the cards if you want to go check them out. We've seen that Tate likes to play d4. D5 is played, c4, and Tate actually had this in the first video I made. Piers actually goes e6, and I was saying in that video that e6 is a bit more common. I did say that dc4 was a bit weird. I mean, it's not weird, it's just a bit unusual, but I mean, not unusual, not as common. So e6 is definitely the most common way to go about it. Knight c3, and now knight c6. Knight c6 is not the most popular move here. Moves like c6, moves like knight f6 here are a bit more popular, and moves like bishop e7. But knight c6, however, is still a respectable line. It's probably not as commonly seen at the top level. However, that's how Piers likes to go, and it looks like these two are actually off the bat playing a very legitimate opening. Tate now goes bishop f4, developing his bishop, and now Piers Morgan goes bishop b4, so he's pinning this knight. So this knight cannot move because it would be in check, so this knight is pinned. So Andrew here simply goes e3, defending his pawn, getting ready to develop his other pieces, and his knight, and Piers actually decides to exchange here, and now bc4 is played. So Piers has kind of doubled Andrew's pawns temporarily, but Piers never wanted to take back here. This pawn would be undoubled. The problem with this is that when Piers exchanges his bishop here, as you notice, all of Piers' pawns are on light squares, so that means his dark squared bishop is going to be better because it has more squares to roam. As you see, this light squared bishop, it can't go to much squares because all its pawns are occupying the squares it can go to. So for Piers to exchange off his dark squared bishop here, a bit of a strategic inaccuracy, but it's not the end of the world. As with bishop c3, this position has never been reached again, and we've got a completely new game. bc6 is played, and now queen h4. So in the opening, you don't really want to develop your queen before you've developed your knight and your bishops. You want to try get your knights and bishops out castle, and then try bring your queen into the game. The problem with queen h4, well, there's 2 problems. The problem is it hangs a pawn that Tate takes, and also you can play moves like knight f3 here and just kick the queen back. Would have to go back, and you just gained a tempi. But however, this actually just hangs a pawn. So bishop c7 was played, and Tate finds this instantly. There's a 5-minute game, by the way. After bishop c6, knight f6 is played. Now Tate instantly goes bishop g3, attacking the queen. Queen g5 is played, and now knight f3 is played. Castles. Unfortunately, Piers Morgan in this position blunders his queen.
Stalling. I know what you're doing. I'll just take a... Oh God!
The queen doesn't really have too many squares to go to as well, so this position is already a bit dire, but it's very unfortunate that Piers blunders his queen. Knight g5 was played, rook e8 was played, and now queen c2. Tate is setting up maybe some checkmate ideas on this line. If this knight was to go, then we could check here, and we could cause some trouble. After this, this would actually be checkmate. Very nice checkmate as the knight is pinned. So there's some very nasty threats in this position. So queen c2 is a fairly nice move as well. So for that reason, Piers Morgan goes h6, kicking the knight away. So knight f3 is played in this position, and now knight g4. This move doesn't really do too much because the problem is after h3, this knight really has to come back where it came from. Andrew now plays bishop e5, looking to try and exchange this knight. I would probably expect knight e5 here, because say if like a move like bishop d7 is played, then you can exchange, and then you can go bishop e5, and you've liquefied the position a bit more. You're up material, so you want to exchange. So I thought knight e5 would have made more sense, but bishop e5 is still fine. And after bishop e5, knight e5 is played, and now knight e5. So Tate's got a lovely knight in the center. dc4 is played, and now bishop c4. b6 is played, maybe looking to fianchetto this bishop almost. The castles is played, and now here Piers Morgan plays quite a bad move. He goes g6, and Tate, almost like his father in a way, instantly sacrifices. If you don't know much about Emery Tate, he was an amazing chess player. I've got lots of YouTube videos on him. Absolute tactical genius. Knight g6 is definitely a move Emery would be playing, and Tate finds it instantly. The idea is if this is taken, then you can check, and wherever this king moves, you can win the knight. However, after knight g6, Piers does not actually take this, and just simply goes bishop b7. Rook a to e1 is played, and now Andrew says to Piers, "Are you not going to take my knight?" So Piers takes takes it, queen g6 is played, and now it is a nice king hunt, and watch how Tate absolutely hunts down Piers' king, lovely style, lovely technique. King f8 is played, and now Andrew actually plays queen h6, was a bit weird, because you could have actually taken this knight, and after a move like king f7, you actually can't win this knight really anymore. Obviously, it's still very strong, but Tate does miss a knight. However, king e7 is played, queen g7 is played, and now king d8 is played, queen f6 is played, check, rook e7, and now bishop e6. Andrew takes advantage of the pin, because this rook cannot take it because it's pinned to the king. So that's why rook c8 is played. Unfortunately, Piers takes with the king. Andrew takes here. Now bishop d5 is played. Andrew pushes this pawn using his two passed pawns here, really trying to get them up the board so he can get a checkmate as quick as possible. Bishop c4 is played, and now queen e8 check is played. King c7, and now queen e5 check. King d7, d5. Tate's really advancing his pawns. King d8 was played, and now d6 was played. Piers takes the first rook of the game, but unfortunately after queen e7, king c8, and queen c7, this is a checkmate. So what a way to end the year with Piers Morgan and Andrew Tate playing a game of chess. And I really think Andrew played very well in this game, honestly. I don't think he didn't really make any bad moves. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video and you want to get better at chess, please like and subscribe, as would be much appreciated. I've got Discord, you can join in the description. And thank you for your time and attention. I really appreciate it, and have a good rest of your day.